everyone, welcome. Hello everyone, welcome. And I welcome all of you in this session of Geekathon Victors, where we will be meeting the winners, Divya and Abhi. And I hope you guys are excited for this session. And this session is going to be super exciting because we will get to know about how Divya and Abhi developed the project that helped them in winning the Geekathon. So, if you guys have any doubt from Divya and Abhi during the session, the comment section is open for you. So, you can ask your doubts and queries from them in the comment section. So, let's not waste any more time and let's start the session with Abhi. So, hello Abhi, can you hear me?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, I can hear you.
So, Abhi, why don't you give us an introduction?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Abhi Kumar. I hail from the city of Prayagraj, and I'm currently pursuing BTech in Computer Science and Engineering at NIT Jamshedpur. And I'm currently in third year, and that's it.
That's great, Abhi. And now let's welcome Divya.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Divya. So, Divya, give us an introduction about you.
Sure, ma'am. Hello, everybody. My name is Divya Rani. I hail from the city of Ranchi. Currently, I'm pursuing BTech in Computer Science and Engineering at NIT Jamshedpur. That's it for my side.
So, first of all, a very big congratulations to Divya and Abhi for winning the Geekathon. Congratulations, guys. You did great, and that is why you are the winners. So, in this session, we would love to hear from you. How did you develop your project? So, let's start by getting to know that what have you developed? Like, what is the idea on which you build the project? So, Divya, let's start with you. So, tell us about the project.
So, I came to know about Geek-A-thon and I was really interested because we have just started ML and it will be very good for us to start with a project. So we firstly decided just enter into Geekathon, and we just move on to how can we improve the experience of Olympic. So whatever we have read and through the all the articles, we came to know that there are many AI technologies are developing. Even in the recent Olympics, AI have been introduced for enhancing the athlete's health condition. So, in that idea, we have developed the ML model related to it. Abhi, can you add something to it?
So I think there is a little connectivity issue from Abhi's side. So he will be joining us again. So Divya, okay, I think Abhi is back. So so meanwhile, Divya, so I think Abhi till Abhi joins, why don't you continue like how did you both decide on this? Like you told us that you learned about Geekathon and you decided that you will be you want to participate and test out your knowledge of machine learning, right? So how did you get this idea to connect with Abhi and you to develop this project?
Okay. Actually, previously we have worked together in web development competition. It was also organized by Geeks. So we are good in working in same team. So we decided to work together, and it was our summer vacation. So we think learning new skill in the summer vacation will be helpful.
Okay, so that is why you both developed this project, right? And so Abhi, can you hear us now? Okay, no issues, no issues. So meanwhile, Divya, so you both, decided. Okay, so you both decided to join on this project, right? So Abhi, do you have an input about the project that you both have developed, like the idea that Divya had? How did like how did you like Divya had an idea, how did you decided that you have to work on this? Like maybe you guys got a lot of ideas when you researched on it, right? So how did you pick this idea?
So actually, we were having many ideas before we started this, and Actually, first we were having the idea of actually training a machine learning model on doping sets. So what we thought first was we can try to get a data set in which we will predict whether the athlete has used a doping technique to cheat in at the Olympics or not. So it will make the Olympics very fair. And we actually researched a lot and trying to find out the data set, but we were actually not able to find any data set related to it. So now then actually I uh, told Divya about this, and that we can actually made a machine learning model about a health status of the athletes, because I read an article and I also actually researched about it with Divya, and both came to the conclusion that we read the article about the Tokyo Olympics, and the Tokyo Olympics article said that there is AI used in Tokyo Olympics recently, and big tech giants are using it very extensively. So what we thought that we can harness that product which we are making, and we can make a website related to it. So that's how we came to a conclusion that we should choose the topic and we can make it a big like continue it.
Okay, so like it was a very good idea. Like you both researched and then you developed it. Now, like it is a long journey. Like you start by choosing an idea, that is the first step, and then you move forward, right? So the next important step is data, right? So, like, how did you get the data for this? So, I would like to know, like, how did you reach out to the sources? How did you get the data?
So actually, we were first trying to get the data from the online website. That's the basic thing. First, we tried from GitHub repositories. Maybe it will be available, and we also tried to search in like Data World, and there are many websites which are available online. And finally, I think we reached to Kaggle, and in Kaggle we found that it is data set which we wanted. We actually tried more to find data set which is kind of big, but we only found a small data set. But we were happy in that because we had to make this idea come true.
So actually, you got the data set from Kaggle, right? So you search multiple websites and then you found the perfect data set for you. So, Divya, I would like to know, like, what was the machine learning approach over here for you? Like, what did you work in machine learning? What models did you use?
Okay, so basically it was a part of Abhi. I want to share that we have used one more data set that Abhi left. It was one a data set that was provided by Geeks4Geeks, and we have performed the data analysis on it because the glorious Olympic must be shown to all the world. That's why we want to do that. So Abhi, can you please explain the model?
Okay, so talking about the model, which was actually my part. So talking about the model, actually we trained first the logistic regression to just simply classify whether the health of the athlete is good or not. Then we also tried a random forest classifier to actually predict the output. And finally, we came to the conclusion that we can vote out the result, and that's how we trained the machine learning model.
Okay, okay. So, Divya, like Abhi has told us about the models. So, why don't you tell us about the frameworks that you used in the project?
Yes, ma'am. Uh, when we were starting, I thought to show the machine learning model in the web using Streamlit because it was very easy to use. However, it was means I was not feeling it was a very good output, and we want to make a good website. So I think we have just move on to Flask because it was offering a good because we have it was very easy to use, and rendering and HTML page was very easy in that. So we have used Flask, and there are many other libraries, Calidio library that I want to show, because from the data analysis part we have to extract all the graphs to show it on our web page. We have used Calidio there, and then implemented all in our web page.
Okay, so you have used Flask, right? And then you have used Skeleton, right? And I think one more framework you mentioned. So, you
The
use
ML part there.
Okay, right. So you use these frameworks, and then you got your data from Kaggle and Geeks for Geeks, and you use models as well, machine learning models to develop your project, right? Now, like whenever we are building a project, right? So you might have faced difficulties, right? It is very common that whenever we build something, there will be problems, there will be issues, like there will be errors, right? Because you both were working together and you might have faced difficulties, right? So why don't you share your experiences about the difficulties that you faced? So let's start with Divya, right? So Divya, what kind of difficulties that you faced while you were working on this?
So in the beginning, the most difficult part when you are working in the team is to learn how what your teammates are writing the code. So it was a point when I was feeling what I am just doing with his code, because it was a fear that I will not learning his code was a difficult task, and using his code into my web page and into my class was other difficult part, because I was never introduced to Kaledio before. So I have to search a lot to get to know that Kaledio library exists, and it will be very helpful for me. And another
Okay.
difficulty was to deploy the model.
Okay, so basically, I think whenever we work in a team, it is a very common, because you have to know, use the other person's code in a different environment, right? And you don't know if you will be able to use it properly or not, right? If you will do justice to the part that he have done in the code, correct? So that's very good. But in the end, it worked out, right? So now, Abhi, what were the difficulties that you faced, right? Because Divya has told us about the difficulties in, the understanding the new frameworks and, understanding how to deploy the project. So, what difficulties did you face?
Actually, starting out with the difficulties, I actually told the first difficulty which I faced, that was to find the data set which I wanted. Because I was so intense on finding the data set about doping that I actually researched for it for maybe a day or two to find the data set available on online. But actually, I was not able to find the data set, which was actually one of the no, main problem which I faced. Secondly, the problem which we faced together was to deploy the model, and actually how to like make it so visualizing that every user will try to visit a website and try to learn about the Olympics, because not everyone is so interested in Olympics, but we
Right.
wanted the data analysis part to be so beautiful that everyone is engaged with it. So that's what one of the difficulties which we face to make it visualizing to everyone.
Right. So actually, I agree with Abhi's point. Generally, the Olympics data set, right, that you use, there are not many users that will, like to see that, right? So the approach that you guys had was, very interesting. That you have to make it look good so that the users stay on your website, right? So you had a very good approach, and other point was finding the data set, right? But in the end, you got the data set on Olympics, not about doping. But maybe in the near future, we will find that data set and you both will build a project on it. And I think the main difficulty that you guys faced was in finding the data set, then working, like using each other's code and developing the project. And one difficulty that was, I think, the main difficulty for both of you was the final step, right? The deployment of the project. So these were the difficulties that you all faced, right? So now, like I have been listening about this project for some time, and now all our viewers and me, I'm super excited to see what you guys have built. So I would like you to show us the output, that what you have made, and tell us how you did it. So why don't you share your screen and show us this amazing project?
Okay, ma'am, just waiting.
No issues.
I think my screen is visible.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Yes, we can see your screen now, Divya.
Okay. This was the main dashboard, we just wanted to we just want not wanted our user to come and just get into what is data analysis and the health prediction side. So we just make a introduction to what our website offers. So this was our dashboard, and we tried to bring all the animations into it so that it brings life to our website. Searching out the photos and implementing it was the best part what we liked. And let me just move on to this was data analysis page. These graphs that we have extracted, and these data frames too, we have extracted using Callidio, and one data frame image library was also used.
Oh, the project that you have developed is looking superb. Like, the UI for this project, the website is amazing. The animations and everything that you guys have worked on is looking very good. So, Abhi, Divya has given us an introduction about it. Why don't you add something in it?
Okay, so I would love to talk about the data analysis part because we have actually ignored it a lot. So the as she said that we wanted the dashboard to be looking so beautiful that everyone will try to visit it and will try to like see it. And it is not like that they should just visit and leave the website. So that's why we made the dashboard very beautiful. But talking about the data analysis part and the data analysis page, we actually tried that it should look also like amazing because whenever we see data, we actually do not want to see a row and a column and infinite number of
Right.
rows and columns in the data. We actually love to see graphs and we actually love to see charts and so that we can visualize it and we can actually get the 120 plus years of the Olympics which was held in just a simple graph. Right. That's why we actually made it very beautiful and we actually analyzed the whole data set which was available to us by and was given to us by Geeks4Geeks. And I made it very intriguing to actually see that and look
Right.
at it.
I get your point. Generally when we have data in form of tables, right? So, we generally don't, we mostly we don't understand what the data is trying to tell us, right? And if we get data in the form of graphs, in form of, good presentation, first of all, we will understand it better, and, we will get interested in it, right? So I want to tell you both the UI and the analytics and the approach that you have used in building this project. The output is superb. So both of you have done a great job. And meanwhile, I would like to ask all our viewers that this is the time. Why don't you ask questions from Divya and Abhi? They are here to answer the questions. So if you guys have any doubt or any question that you would like to ask from them, why don't you ask now? So, anything else that you would like to add in the project that you would like to share with us, Divya and Abhi? I would love to hear. So, so basically, one question that we all might have, and all the viewers will have, is that you developed a project using the Olympics data, right? Now, do you have a future scope for it, right? Are you planning to do something? Are you trying to improve it because it is developed, right? And you might be thinking of some changes, some improvements, or maybe you have started on another data set. But what I want to ask is, do you have a future plan for this project? So I would love to know if you guys have a future scope for this project. So let's start with Divya. So do
Yes,
you have
I just thought that we can improve it. As Abhi said earlier, that we have a small data set, and as a third year student, we don't have that much knowledge or that much time to arrange all the datas. So we just wanted to improve our data set so that it can work more efficiently. And secondly, as Abhi said, that we want to implement a doping model too. So it will be more beneficial for us in the future.
Okay, so first of all, you think that you can change the data set, right? Because right now the data set that you are using is, the data is limited for you right now, right? So again, when you get more data, the data amount will increase. So the more analysis you can perform it, right? And basically your project will get better. So Abhi, do you have a future scope addition that you would like to do in this?
I actually will love to only add that point which Divya made. Actually, I actually want that uh, the data set should be increased in size because we train the machine learning model on a very small data set, and I don't think it will analyze the data very there will be a lot of outliers and there will be a lot of errors in the machine learning model because of the less data set. So I want that we should train the model again with a large data set so that we can get more accurate results. Secondly, I made this project just so that after reading the article that big tech giants are using it, so I want that somehow we implement it in real life, and somehow maybe in the near future we can actually use it in real life.
Okay, so basically, right now, a major concern and major future plan for both of you is to, increase the size of the data set, right? Because it will definitely improve your project. And the second, Abhi has a very good future plan that, after basically, if your data set increases, you will add more. You will improve your project, and definitely you might in the future be able to use it in the real life, right? But right now, you guys did a great job. You worked together and you developed an amazing project. So I would like to know about your thoughts about this competition, how you felt when you submitted, how was your journey in the Geekathon. So let's start with Divya, and then we will know from Abhi.
Uh, I really love to participate in the hackathons and moreover learning new things. In all the hackathon, what was common was that each learn new things. We never just focus on the whatever we learned earlier and we are going to implement that only. We always learn new things. So whenever I came to know about any hackathon, I used to try इसको तो करना है so that was very exciting part for me. And there was a point when you are doing any project when you feel that just leave it and move on, नहीं होगा हमसे. So that's what a point came, but I thought नहीं submit करना है. And another part was that we have to make a video on it, and it was little difficult for us because we both were at our home. I was at Ranchi, he was at Prayagraj. It was not easy for me alone to just record a video, navigate, and explain about the project. So what we did was we conducted a Google Meet, and then Abhi was speaking and I was navigating it. In every model, we just learned and we create some memories, and we learn from our whatever wrong we did.
Right, so basically it was a journey where you learned new things, where you faced challenges, but in the end you won, right? So in the end you developed a project that helped you in winning. And you are right, any geekathon or any coding competition that we participate is a learning journey, right? You learn things in one way or another. And one thing that you said is that you decided that you will not give up, right? You will complete this. So that is great. We all face difficulties, but we should not back down, right? Because maybe after a little difficulty we will approach to a greater step, right? So we should continue, and we will see the positive result, right? Thank you, Divya. So Abhi, how was your experience with Geekatha? Abhi, can you hear us? So I think Abhi is facing a little bit internet issues. Abhi, can you hear us?
So as she said that winning is not
Yes, yes, Abhi, we can hear you.
yes.
So
Hello.
why don't you share? Yeah, yeah, Abhi, we can hear
Okay.
you. Why don't you share your
So
experience with us?
actually I wanted to say that, as she said, that it is more about
Abhi, we can hear you.
actually it is more about learning and not about winning. As she said that we should be focused on how and what we learn than what we actually think about winning.
Right, and that is a very great thing that you said, Abhi, that it is not about winning. Whenever you participate in a competition, you should not you never know that if you will win or not, but right, but you should give your best, right? You should never back down and you should give your best. So, all our viewers, this is your chance to ask questions from Divya and Abhi. And it was great meeting Divya and Abhi. You guys have done a great job, and all the best for the future scope that you have your project, and best of luck for your future endeavors. So, if any Okay, so if anyone has any doubt or any query, you can ask right now. Otherwise, we will be wrapping up this session. So overall, it was great meeting you, and I hope that you have a great journey ahead. Thank you so much, Abhi and Divya, for joining us in this session, and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.